Space Pope reptilian.
Most modeling is kind of acting like a beast, but making it fashion. Beast, but then make it fashion.
NSSmag.com headline: What does the Pope have to do with Yeezy's show? Yeah, good question. And this is obviously a fashion article here, but it says the Yeezy Season 9 fashion show held yesterday in Paris was as polarizing as only Kanye West can be. But aside from an opening monologue full of Pindaric flights, a chorus of children, probably from Donda Academy, including North and Chicago, and a plethora of celebrities disguised under layers of clothes and silicone headphones to simulate baldness, the real scandal was the shirt worn by Kanye at the event. A simple black t-shirt paired with a simple black t-shirt paired with a pair of strictly socked Burberry flip-flops. On the front, the big face of Pope John Paul II. And on the back, the words, "White Lives Matter," classified by the Anti-Defamation League as a hate slogan, and a symbol used by white supremacist groups such as the Ku Klux Klan and the Aryan Renaissance Society. Yeah, Kanye West really stirring things up over there in Paris. But yeah, so I'll read a little bit more from this article because it is interesting. Candace Owens, a conservative activist and founder of Blexit, wore the same t-shirt in a white version and with the same message on the back. But beyond Ye's motives for spreading such a slogan and a fondness for controversial phrases that go back to the days of the Trump campaign, another interesting fact is Ye's interpretation of a rather rampant trend in the past few catwalks. Churchcore. Ooh, churchcore. Not only worn by Ye and Owens, but t-shirts featuring Pope Wojtyla have also paraded down the catwalk, evoking all the tacky chic appeal of the Jubilee merch of the 2000s, one of the most important events for Catholics around the world. T-shirts are reminiscent of the gadgets you can buy at any rock band's concerts, shoddy graphics and loud fonts found on Vinted, Etsy, eBay, along with original envelopes, stamps, scarves, coins, and all those items that have increased the cult for the popes over the years, elevating them to a status of true pop stars. The Pope as the pop star. And yeah, we know, at least those in this show, we've talked about the Pope not as a legit leader of the people, but I'm not going to say anything personally bad about the guy. I'm just saying that his sort of worldview, what he's doing in terms of his messaging and comparing it to the word by itself seems to be some issues, some problems. But the Pope being a part of pop culture is important, especially as the anti-culture, the conservative movement continues. It's sort of for Ye, I'm not saying it wrong, Yeezy, whatever. For him to do the White Lives Matter thing as a trigger for the left conservative or the liberal leftist progressives to do so, and to do it with the Pope as it's sort of signaling the conservative virtue signaling going on here. It's important to point out because it is part of the sort of the manufactured alternative movement. And then when you have, popular people like Candace Owens and Ye represent that, it does influence a large swath of the population who identify and solely relate to influencers and musicians and things of that nature in culture. So it's just very interesting how the Pope is at the front and center of Ye's sort of spiritual commentary as it comes to his protests with his shirts and runway stuff, appearances and whatnot. But the Pope is busy doing other stuff too. Fox News reports the Pope Francis, Apple CEO Tim Cook meet in private Vatican sit down. Okay, so the Pope meets Tim Cook. Important stuff. What are they talking about? The Pontiff hosted the tech titan at the Vatican, the latest business mogul to request an audience with the Pope after a headline-making meeting with Elon Musk. So Tim Cook was like, hey, hold on. You're meeting with Elon? Now you got to meet with me. Come on. Can't meet with Elon and not meet with me. Quote, this morning, the Holy Father Francis received in audience Mr. Timothy Donald Cook, Chief Executive Officer of Apple, the Vatican published in its official diary of papal audiences. The specifics of the discussion have not been disclosed, although many have speculated that artificial intelligence is at the forefront of both leaders' minds. Okay, the Pope talking AI with Tim Cook of Apple. What could possibly go wrong? Pope Francis has previously spoken about the benefits and dangers of AI technology, an industry in which Apple has aggressively funded research. The Pope asked Catholics worldwide in 2020 to pray, quote, that the progress of robotics and artificial intelligence may always serve humankind. Interesting thing to tell the church to pray about. Pray, Catholic Church. Pray that the progress of robots and AI always serves mankind. Because if it doesn't, well, what are the implications, Pope? What are you saying? What could go wrong? What's the alternative? Why do we have to pray that the progress serves mankind? What do you know? Cook has been in Italy since September, yada, yada, yada. We know about it. And there's a picture here with the Pope and Elon and the whole deal there. And then the Holy Father met Elon Musk in July. There's a photo op with Tim Cook. Oh, yeah, this was interesting, too. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California, Representative Jim Jordan, Republican from Ohio, and Rep. Tim McClintock, another Republican from California, were among those who attended the Capitol Hill meeting on Wednesday. According to a source, the group discussed big tech censorship and what Republicans see as a bias against conservatives. Issues surrounding China and privacy were also discussed. Okay, good. All right, so anyway, the Pope talking with Tim Cook, talking AI. Very interesting. But he's not done. The Pope also putting out a documentary on YouTube. I'm sure it's not going to get censored because, it's the Pope. Can't censor the Pope. Variety.com, Pope Francis YouTube doc, The Letter, A Message for Our Earth, launches from Vatican City. Trailer. All right. So YouTube is launching an original documentary, The Letter, A Message for Our Earth, an unprecedented call to action for climate change from Pope Francis, featuring his dialogues with activists from the Brazilian Amazon, India, Senegal, and the U.S., launched on Tuesday from Vatican City. Is it? Okay. What does that mean? If you're publishing on YouTube, I mean, okay, did they upload it from Vatican City? Is that what the whole hubbub is? Or just it's just weird how they're like, they launched it from Vatican City. They hit publish. And Vatican headquarters, apparently. The IP address matched the Vatican. What's going on here? The high-profile ecological doc is directed by Emmy-winning director Nicholas Brown, Serengeti Rules, and produced by Off the Fence, the company behind Oscar-winning doc My Octopus Teacher, in tandem with the Laudato Si movement, which is a global Catholic climate change organization. And it goes into some of the detail about the documentary. So if you see it on YouTube there, maybe you can check it out, see what the Pope wants to say to you about climate change. Because, the AI, the robots, the robots are going to help us, right? It's going to serve humanity when climate change gets out of hand. So there you go. But he's not done, folks. Consulting.us headline, Pope Francis meets with Deloitte leaders in Vatican. This is a few weeks ago, I guess. September 22nd is when this happened. October 4th was when it was reported. Oh boy, my mouse is starting to die. It says here, the meeting with the Pope was attended by approximately 500 senior Deloitters, including global CEO Punit Renjen, who were in Rome for Deloitte's World Meeting 2022. which gathers Deloitte's leaders to highlight and discuss strategy, innovation, and key achievement. Now, for those of you who don't know, Deloitte is a big sort of IT audit company, like a compliance company. So if you're a big corporation or manufacturer or something like that, you partner with a Deloitte, and Deloitte's job, if I'm not mistaken, Deloitte's job is to audit the company and all their processes so that they're not breaking any laws or rules, or to make sure they're compliant with all of the legal stuff, the legal framework for conducting business. So I'm sure if anybody is in the corporate world in any capacity, they have heard of Deloitte. So yay, Deloitte for meeting with the Vatican and the Pope. I don't know what they could be discussing. The meeting is the first time Pope Francis has given a private audience to a private company. Oh, interesting. The Pope never really talked to a private company before. Huh? That's interesting. Pope Francis urged Deloitte to effect positive change in the world through its influential consulting work, which helps guide corporate and government policies globally. They say it right there, how much power a company like Deloitte has. The Pope outlined 3 ways for consultants to, quote, strive for a more human, just, and fraternal world. Right, okay. He wants the whole world to be one big fraternity. He wants everybody to be part of the Masons. You get a square and compass. You get a square and compass. You get a square and compass. He wants everybody to be a part of it, folks. Right? Kind of like in Revelation chapter 13. It required all people, small, great, rich, poor, free, and slave. You get a mark, you get a mark, you get a mark. So, that's where we're at, folks. All right. And yes, I have the Deloitte website pulled up here. Business leadership in an age of disruption. Deloitte. Pointing out the age of disruption, which I guess they're leading. And they have an icon here. It's that classic icon where it's a brain, but one side is like a human brain and the other side is like a computer brain. So yeah, nothing to see here, folks. Just some transhumanism, beast system technology being developed. But it's the Pope. The Pope's not trying to harm anybody. He's a good man trying to be the vicar of Christ. He's Christ on earth, everybody. He means well. I'm going to get in trouble. It's the kind of stuff that gets me in trouble.